Hey guys, it's Kendall again, and welcome back to Tarot Tuesdays. This is my Tuesday series where we go through the entire tarot deck. We do one card a day. We kind of go through it. I kind of do a beginner breakdown of each and every card, and I do a makeup look based off of that card. So today is going to be the Lovers card. This card is very interesting to say the least, and it is and isn't what you're thinking. Today's makeup inspo was really... Do y'all see this angel right here? Y'all see this angel and the two lovers? Okay, so I wanted to get the two, but also like the wings of an angel. That was like the theme for today's look. I know it's a little exotic and whatnot. I don't know. I think it's fun. I think it's creative. I think it's cute. Y'all want to know why my hair is wacky right here? Look, concealer in my hair. Anytime I do a cut crease, I always get concealer in my hair because I go like this with my hair and I don't realize I still have concealer on the back of my hand, and then it gets in my hair and then it doesn't get out of my hair. I can never have just one unchaotic video, honestly. Also, I'm wearing a lash and you can't even tell. It's like teeny weeny because my eyes are bigger than the sun, but these lashes would probably work on normal size eyes, not on mine. This is the Lovers card. This is a Gemini card. Okay, the Lovers, it's kind of not what you think it's going to be about, so let's dive into it. If you're new here, hi, my name is Kendall. If you're new to tarot or you're just interested in tarot, the one thing about the major arcana is that it's all about the spiritual journey, and I've said this in a few of my other videos too. The major arcana is about spiritual journey and the major lessons to your higher self. The number 6 is all about the unity, the harmony, which, you know, the Lovers, you expect that. You expect two to come together as one. For me, the first thing I see on this card is not the two lovers. It's actually the angel that's in the center of the card. Then obviously beneath the angel, you have the two lovers or the two people standing there. The angel is representing that higher... Oh, okay. The angel is representing the higher self transcending a dual purpose. Let me try to save this. So you can also see the tree is there. The tree is knowledge, and I'm sorry, I cannot, I'm just giggly today, I guess. But the tree of knowledge, it's self-evolution. Obviously the Lovers, you're gonna have a man and a woman on this card. This is like the yin and yang. It's the two opposites coming together as one. You can see that they're nude. Hold on, let me cut this out really quick. You're vulnerable when you're naked, right? Like when you're completely nude, you're completely vulnerable. Like you're out there, girl. This is representing that vulnerability within yourself, but it's also representing that attraction of opposing forces. So it's not necessarily attraction to like a certain person or a thing. It's attraction to the opposing side. So like if you're a girl looking at a boy, that's something opposing side. Does that make sense? Like it's the opposite of you and you're being attracted to what's opposite of you. Make sense? You can see that tree on my card. It's behind the male on this card, but you can see that the tree is on fire. And they usually call this the fire of passion or the flames of passion. And what this kind of equates to on the card, we got that as close to even as we can, as I can. If it's uneven, just don't tell me, okay? But the flames of passion are just the gratification of senses. And then behind that, you have the mountains again. And remember, anytime you see a mountain, think of the process of climbing a mountain. It's never perfect. You have flat, then you have incline, you may have a decline, even if you're going up, then you have flat again. So it's always that process of growing and doing better. But this mountain specifically, you can see that there's two sides to it, okay? There's two sides to it. And what does that mean? What if you enter on this side, but what if you enter on this side? So it's kind of like you choose the path that you take. What path you take is gonna determine the climb of the mountain. The energy of this card, keyword duality. You wanna just, if you're pulling this card or you're drawn to this card's energy, it's all about embracing and embodying the duality and just getting comfortable with it. It's also acknowledging that not everything is black and white. There's gonna be some gray areas, and you have to realize that. You have to accept all the parts of you. There's your shadow self and yourself, for example. You have to accept that those are existing at the same time. So you have duality in them existing at the same time, but embrace that those two sides of you, that good and maybe that bad, existing as one. That is what completes you as a whole. So it's time that you take a step back and acknowledge that and appreciate it. Don't enable the bad, but just accept that it's there and accept that it's living at the same time as the good. Let's talk about what the Lover's card means if you pull it in a career reading. When pulling this card in a career reading, you may have a relationship at work that is, it could be completely platonic, but you could be connecting with somebody at work and the two of you just could really be in harmony with each other and have the same ideas, the same courage, the same goals, but you guys are just clicking really, really well. But just be cautious of that because, again, you're in a professional setting and, you know, that can get a little sticky if you're with somebody. But also, if this isn't really like representing a person necessarily, in your career, you might be stuck at a crossroads. You might have two paths that you could take. And this is the point of time where this decision is ultimately going to lead you to what kind of path is coming in the future towards your one goal. So maybe you have a goal in mind. You can take A path or B path, and each path has different journeys but the same destination. It's just what journey you want to take. So maybe just stop and reflect and see really what all is encompassed in both of those paths and take the time to choose which path is right for you. Let's talk about what the Lover's card means in financial drawings. Sometimes the career and the financial drawings go hand in hand because our career kind of determine our finances. But similar to the career, when you're pulling the Lover's card in a financial reading, it's really indicating a choice that you have to make between two major things. And you can't have both. This could be a major purchase like a car or a house, and maybe you have to choose between the two. This is another time to really stop and take a moment, reflect on where each option's going to take you in the future or in the next day, or just financially what that difference means for you. Stop and reflect on that and really take the time to decide what path you want to take. What's important to note with this financially is to really tune in on the fact that you cannot have both. So let's say that you draw this card and you're actually in the process of buying a new car. You want that brand new 2025 Nissan Rogue. Okay, that's a car that I really want right now. And I chose the path not to get it because the payments would be too high. But regardless, that was let's say I drew the Lover card during that time. I had to choose between saying yes to signing off on a new vehicle, knowing that financially it would hurt me a little bit, or saying no, working on the things I need to work on to get a lower payment, and then going and getting that car. Does that make sense? The same destination, but two different paths to the same destination. I just chose to wait. And lastly, what does this card mean when you're pulling in a love reading? When you pull the Lover's card in a love reading, this really signifies that you and another person are just hitting it off. You two are as one. It doesn't get more unified than it is between you and this person. You guys are on the same page. You are strong. You are supporting one another. You guys just really mix and you guys are really each other's yin and yang. This card can also show a strong connection between you and another person because you guys know the choices ahead of you. You know what sacrifices you have to make, going back to that path with the mountains. Once that you have to sacrifice something. There is going to be sacrifices, as we all know, within different relationships. And maybe there's not a relationship there right now, but this doesn't have to be a significant other or a husband or a wife. This could really mean just a relationship with another person. This could be a best friend. This could be something you're working on. This could be yourself. This could really be yourself. Yeah, that reflective in yourself. Sometimes I feel more drawn to myself in these drawings. It's really just I look crazy, but it's really just that relationship between you and another person, whether that person is not you or is you. It's that connection is coming together and it is very strong and unified together. I feel a little bit like a bird, but like an exotic bird, so like it's fun. I don't know, I get weird with like cut creases on me, but whatever. The card that I have these little, call it a manifestation or a little quote on the side of the card. My card comes with these on the side of most of the cards, not all of them, but I do like to read them. My personal values system lead me to love. And I think that's so true, honestly, when I'm looking at this card, because you think the lovers, you think the soulmates, you think the two coming together as one, the person who just knows you, the yin to your yang, like that is the lovers card 100%. And you can't really have that unity together without the value systems being the same. Like they always say, when you choose a partner, make sure that your values line up together. Your values and your morals need to line up. But what I also get with this card, which I feel like should be focused on more, is like the two decisions you have to make. Whether it's your career, your finances, lovers, whatever it is you're drawing to or whatever you're being called to this card for, just remember that there's choices to make when there's unity involved, whether it's with yourself or with a partner. There's sacrifices you're going to have to make. You're going to be presented with multiple different paths and decisions that you could take, and really taking the time to just slow down and decide those paths and decide where you want to go is going to be key. I highly recommend not always looking at the lover's card as like the love of your life walking through the door, because sometimes it is personal and sometimes you do have to look inwards and be like, oh yeah, I have good in me, but I also have bad on me, because nobody's perfect, even though we like to pretend. Just kidding. We need to acknowledge the good and the bad, and kind of just like accept that it's there and accept that it's a part of us, and just keep working to unify those two things so you can just project upward in life. This is going to be the final look, guys. Don't forget to give this video a like and subscribe to my channel so you don't miss another video with me. I post Tarot Tuesdays every single Tuesday, as well as other makeup videos if tarot's not really your thing. So that's going to do it, guys. I will see you in the next one.